Welcome to day 104. It's John McLaughlin promoting Clickbank products using myleadgensecret. And what another good day today. In fact, if you were on the video or on the training yesterday, if you watched that, I said something, and this is what I said. Okay, so are we going to have a little wager between us? Okay, we're going to have a wager. How many sales are going to come in from this email? I'm going to say 2. Okay, so let's go over to Clickbank and have a look and see what happened. Okay, so here's my Clickbank account. I'm just going to refresh the page. And we've had two sales. Let me scroll up so you can. I'm in the way only. 2 sales came in. Okay, and those 2 sales came in from the new product. Okay, which I'm ecstatic about because there we go. Social paid. Okay, it was 7. We're now 9 sales. And this isn't kind of staged or anything. This is just sometimes when you're sending out emails, like I said with the old one-armed bandit, okay, whatever you call them, okay, you know if they're going to pay out or not. And sometimes you look at an email and you step back from it and you go, that looks like a really good email. I think that's going to do well, and I think I'm going to get 2 sales from this. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. But if you do it consistently, you get a feel for what happens, or you get a feel for the way that your audience are responding to the things that you're sending out, and then that's when you start to get momentum. So there we go, 2 sales on social paid, so a 12% conversion rate with that. We're still making recurring income from social sales rep, so what we're finding is that the conversion rate slowly is now increasing. And as I always say, when you change products from whatever product to whatever product you change to, there is always a lull, a drop in sales. But what you've got to think of is the drop in sales worth the accelerated or the additional sales that you may well get from the new product? Okay, and sometimes it is, and sometimes you've got to wait up and base it on your own experience. But what we've got now, okay, just over 27,000 hops, 529 impressions, 48 initial sales from new business, 9.07 on the conversion rate, and 15.53.10. One of the things I said yesterday as well, another little target for us, was wouldn't it be nice if we could just top the $200 for the day? And those 2 sales, they came in just too late. Okay, it just beat us by a few hours. So we would have gone 200, 210, 211 or something like that, just 210. So it would have been nice to get over the $200 for the week, but 181 isn't to be sniffed at. It's the best week we've had so far, and currently we're now on to the new week. So let's see what the new week brings. And the new weeks for me go Wednesday to Wednesday, because that's when I started the actual case study. So currently, for the current sales for the month, 612 and 24 sales, according to this these stats here. These are actual numbers on sales, okay, not commissions. This is commissions here. So a good result, and just again something I wanted to share with you, because it's just a case of getting a feel for how things sound when you're doing your emails. How does it look in terms of the presentation, the formatting? How does it feel when you put it together? And are you putting yourself and your brand into your emails? And if you read it, and if you are, then you're making progress. Okay, so that's really where we're at. Right, so let's jump on to myleadgensecret. If you don't know what myleadgensecret is, let me just tell you real quick. myleadgensecret will give you 100 to 200 co-registration leads within the BizOp niche every single day. If you get an account number 1, you get 100 leads. It's going to cost you $30 a month. It's going to cost you $60 in the first month. And it addresses one of the biggest problems most people have, which is not having any leads to talk to. So people either go off and they go and try and get leads from social media and compete with many other people, or maybe look at solo ads, which are comparatively a lot more expensive. Some would say they're a higher quality lead, but you never really know. That's the thing, you never really know where you're going to get your leads from, and it takes a bit of time to get those lead suppliers or the vendors okay, and it takes a bit of time to get to know the right ones, okay. So solo ads sometimes can be no better than My Lead Gen Secret, although a lot of people may contest that, okay, for people who've done solo ads. But there's so many different ways to get leads, and what I found is that using My Lead Gen Secret with Clickbank, okay, and I've used all kinds of different products and services with My Lead Gen Secret, and for some reason they love Clickbank, okay, and I've made more money on Clickbank than I have when I've used it with HBA. That's converted really well, but consistently I've always found Clickbank to be really good with this lead source, okay. So 100 to 200 leads every single day. If you refer someone to My Lead Gen Secret, bearing in mind you're getting leads in so you can promote the My Lead Gen Secret affiliate program to those leads, then you will get the 200 bonus leads or the 100 bonus leads. So you get 200 leads a day for referring somebody, and you also get $5 a month commission for everyone that you bring in, and that's recurring every single month, payable to 5 levels deep, okay. So if somebody you introduces somebody else, then you'll get $4. If that somebody else introduced somebody else, you get $3, and then $2 and $1. 5 levels deep you get paid. So it works really well, and you will start to get commissions coming in every single month. So yeah, if you want to learn more about My Lead Gen Secret, just go to yesterday's email, or go to the description below in this email. This is yesterday's email, and click there where it says click here to join My Lead Gen Secret. Click on that. That's going to take you over to my page where I explain exactly what to do. This is what I call my day 0 video, and how to set your My Lead Gen Secret account or accounts up in the right way, because one of the things that you can do is that you can stack your accounts, which means you can have numerous accounts stacked on top of each other. And if you do what I did, which is to get 5 accounts, okay, you'll get commissions for each one, and you'll also get the bonus leads for each one except the last one. And I recommend that if you're going to use this strategy. At the very minimum, I would say go for 3 accounts. However, I would say if you can't afford 3 accounts, or if you're struggling to get food on the table, or if you're struggling with the gas bill, okay, consider getting 1 account and move on from there. Because if you're consistent, if you treat this in the right way, and if you follow what I do in this case study, you will ultimately get some results with it, okay. When you get the results, don't spend the money, put the money back into building up the business and getting more accounts, okay, because it will pay you back. Again, it's all a case of learning your trade, learning how to write emails, and I show you how to do the emails real simple. Okay, if you go from day 1 to day 50, I show you where to get the information, I show you how to get the emails from Clickbank, and then change them so it sounds like it's coming from you. That's really important. Make sure you change it so it sounds like it's coming from you, and do that. Do it every single day, and you will make some money, okay, if you're consistent. And what I always say is give it 12 months. All right. There are so many people who do online businesses for just a bit of time, not quite long enough to get their audience to get to know, like, and trust who they are. They quit before that happens. And it's so sad when that happens, because they're putting the effort in, but they just don't give it long enough for that process to work. Okay, so give it 12 months. Don't mess about. Give it 12 months. Jump in, because let me tell you, the bills of life, they come in every single month, whether you like it or not. Okay, so why don't we just do something against that? Okay, and this is what this is. All right, so let's jump on My Lead Gen Secret. Let me show you what I do. So I go to the mailing system, and every day I just send an email. You get 100 to 200 leads in your account every single day. They build up over time, and my account has built up in this account to 328,000 email subscribers in my account. Okay, so that's account number 1. It's built up. It's almost 5 years of doing this. And I'll be honest, I haven't done this every day. I've done this every day recently, and one of the reasons I'm doing this case study is to keep me on track, as well as anybody else, learning the system. But you know, sometimes work gets in the way, sometimes I've had to work away, sometimes I've had to work where there's no real internet connection. So, but I've kept it going, and you've got to keep it going because you build up your leads. Right, so I'm going to load in yesterday's email, and what I've done, I've put an email together which complements yesterday's email. Okay, so $7.75 a week if you're into tech and Instagram. There's a very similar email in the short ads on Clickbank, and it sounds very similar to this, which is 180 a day if you're into tech and stories on Instagram, John. Okay, so it's very similar, and that's why I say on here. Let me just okay, so what I've done, I've just this is the account, the email that I put together from the short ads over on the vendor site on Clickbank. All right, so real simple. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete that, and then just hit Control and Shift just to bring that paragraph down. And again, this is in my voice. It sounds like me because it is me. There we go. Right, so let's grab the URL. Right, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to bold it, hit the URL icon, right click, paste, and that's good. It's good to go. And we've got a URL at the top here, which is going to be my 1A. So right click and paste, and be 1A. So when they click the A link, I know it's the first one. Let me just see what, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Right, let's go on to perfect timing. Let's preview it. All right, let's have a quick look. Again, take a step back. Let's see if it works. Has it got the ingredients? Okay, so in terms of paragraph format, we're not going all the way across the page. We're using our numbers. Okay, so if you look at what I did here, in terms of there's the subject line. Okay, there's my numbers. Okay, now when I do it in Notepad, I put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Put it in 5 times because that's the way it works in Notepad. If I'm writing the email directly into myleadgen, then I would do it 4 times, and that's the way it works. I don't know why it does that, but that's the way it works. So you're not putting the spiel, you're not putting your text all the way across the page. You're doing it within the parameters of these numbers as a template. Okay. So we've got the 1, 2, so 1 line, 2 lines on that paragraph, 3 lines on that paragraph. Okay, no more than 3. Okay, don't do 4 or 5 because you know it gets difficult to read. Then from 3 go back to 1. Okay, so there's 1, then 3, then 1, then 3, then 2, and then the call to action. Call to action at the top. Okay, call to action at the bottom. Okay, that's it. That's kind of the way I format all my emails, and I like the way it works. And what I do, I come and look at the preview, I have a look, and I go, that looks like a nice email. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's probably going to get a sale from that. You know, and so let's go and click on the link. Make sure the links work. And what we're looking for is, obviously, we want the headline to be congruent. So 180 per day for upload and stores on Instagram. Okay, so that is congruent with this. Now, obviously, what you don't want to do is put the same subject line that you get from Clickbank. Okay, because millions of people are doing that. Okay, so it's very similar. Okay, so 180 a day for upload and stores on Instagram. 180 per day if you're into tech and stories on Instagram, John. Okay, so it's a little bit different, but there might, you know, if people reading that might go, well, I've heard that before, but it's slightly different. So let's have a quick look. Okay, And again, there was a big response to my email yesterday, 2 sales. Okay, that's big enough. Okay, if you missed my email about Instagram, then don't worry, just read the details below. Okay, then I go into more people are turning to Instagram as their preferred social media platform of choice, and people are making a career from Instagram. How? Well, click here for the details, link number 1. Okay, then I go into the details, then link number 2. Okay, and much of this copy, okay, and that copy is from the short ads that I got from Clickbank, okay, because it's congruent with what they've got on the page. Okay, so you've got that congruency going on, so it should work. We should be getting some sales from that. Right, so let's jump back onto myleadgen. In fact, I'm just going to click that as well, make sure that works. And the other thing is, when you're checking your URL, okay, make sure when you look at the hop, $hop equals, make sure it's your Clickbank ID. Okay, that's mine there. Right, so let's get rid of that. Let's go to the perfect timings there. Send the email. So what you want is a format that is consistent. Okay, so when people open an email and they see it's from you, you want something that's relatively consistent. So let's grab the subject from there. I'm going to come down to the source code, grab that, Control A, C, and then Control V. There we go. So that's all the source code and the subject line copied. That's it there, look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight it all. If it'll scroll, as it will, lovely. Right click, we're going to copy that. And then what we're going to do now is just cycle through all the different accounts. So I've got 5 accounts. Paste that in and then just take out, I've just got to take out that little arrow there. So we'll grab that and just backspace 2A. So yesterday's sales came in from account 3 and 5. There we go. Let's go and preview that just to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, perfect. Send. Right, log out, go into now account number 3, mailing system, select all leads, right click, paste on that, source, Control A, V, and 3. It's not rocket science, is it, just doing this? But what is rocket science sometimes can be writing emails in your own voice. Okay, how do you get your own voice? How do you develop a way of writing? And to be quite honest with you, you've just got to write and look at some of the content that you get on Clickbank, and say it in your own voice. One of the things I said a long time ago is, you know, you could film yourself talking, just talking in general. I know it might seem a bit weird to just talking on a camera, but that goes part and parcel of being a marketer. We do an awful lot as what I'm doing now. Okay, nobody else in the office apart from my dog Angus, who's asleep. Okay, but I'm just talking to myself to a camera, but it's perfectly normal. Okay. if you know what normal is. But that's what you do, and just get an idea of, when you watch it back, some of the mannerisms, the things that you say. Do you say okay a lot? You know, how do you actually talk? And we don't really understand how we talk until we take a bit of a critical eye at what we do. Oh, I do this a lot, and I say a lot. You don't want to be putting that in, but there are certain things that you do, and you want to try and translate some of that into email, because that is essentially who you are. Okay. But essentially, nobody ever gets it right straight away. Nobody. Don't care who they are. Okay. Most people who build anything successful, they were rubbish when they started. You know, they were rubbish. I mean, look at the first person that's coming to mind is like Chris Froome, the Tour de France winner. Okay, British guy. You know, he was always falling off his bike when he was a rookie. All he ever used to do is fall off, and then when he was in the Tour de France, he fell off as well. You know, and yet he won the Tour de France. You know, but he didn't give up. You know, he trained in South Africa, and he was saying that where he was, the majority of areas are flat, and he had to train for hills. You know, he go up the Pyrenees and stuff on the Tour de France. So he biked with his brakes on. All right, to sort of say that this is what it's like. You know, climbing a hill. And he was one of the best ascenders going. He was, you know, one of the reasons why he won the Tour de France was because his abilities to climb, and yet where he was, there was no hills. You know, so everyone messes up when they first get going. But you learn, okay? And if you take your attention away from getting results, okay, I've sent an email, there we go, I've sent my first email to My Gen Secrets, now I'm going to wake up with sales. And life is going to be great. And if you become obsessed with sales and results, you'll drive yourself insane, because when those results don't come in, you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting sales? Okay, it's my Gen system's rubbish, John's rubbish, everything's rubbish. Okay, and really what most people need to do is just kind of look in the mirror and go, oh, well, actually it's me. Okay, I need to learn my skills, I need to learn my trade. And it doesn't take a week to learn, or 2 weeks to learn, or a month. It can take 3-4 months, 6 months, a year, okay, to learn. And you know how long things take for you as an individual. Okay, I know how long it takes me to learn a route to go from my house to somewhere that I go regularly. Okay, sometimes it takes me a long time. It's embarrassing to say, sometimes it takes me like a year to learn the route, because I'm just watching SatNav. Okay, and if you learn from SatNavs are like AI. Okay, there's loads of software out there that claim to be able to build you a business with AI. Okay, and it's a bit like learning to go from my house to wherever I want to go using SatNav. I'm never going to learn the route, because all I'm doing is looking at the SatNav, okay, and driving. It never really goes in. So if you want to learn things for yourself, you just go and learn it for yourself, by yourself, and go through the process, and you learn your trade. And when you've learned your trade, when you learn how to send emails, or how to do videos, or how to resonate with your audience, let me tell you, nobody can take that away from you. And that is real value in itself. So go and learn it. And My Lead Gen Secret, it's why I harp on about My Lead Gen Secret. It's low cost, okay, not making a huge amount of money. I mean, $1,500, okay, 103 days. I've made, you know, what, over $1,000 when looking to my costs. But it's so simple, and that it's so simple to teach, and it's so simple to learn, and yet you're building skills for life. All right, just by doing what I've gone through in the last 20 minutes. All right, so let's go and have a quick look at Clickbank. Let's go and refresh the page. Let's go and see if we've had any sales come in since I've been on this call. Right, so a few more hops, okay, but nothing else as yet. And usually, because I send my emails out at 11 o'clock it's 11, almost 11 o'clock at night at the moment here in the UK. That means it's sort of early evening in the US where these leads are, and I usually get my sales around 10 o'clock US time, okay, which is generally tea break time, 10 o'clock, half 10, thereabouts, or lunchtime, okay, when people are going, you know what, sick and tired of this job, sick and tired of life, I want something extra, and then suddenly they get my email that says you can do this on Instagram. And this is why we're getting loads of repeat customers, okay, because these things work and people want stuff, you know. So, and that's really important when you're building an online business. Give people what they want, give people quality products, okay, to use, and give people stuff that they can use to get them to where they want to go and be where they want to be. All right, it's not simple, it's not difficult, but you've just got to do it every single day, okay, and just be consistent with this. Anyway, I hope you've got some value from this. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you got some value from this video, give us a thumbs up. And my prediction for tomorrow, I would say with that email, probably one sale with social paid. So that'll bring us from 9 sales to 10 sales. Okay, that'll be good. And maybe a recurring income sale from social sales rep as well, as we get more in. In terms of the actual sales, if you look at the rebills, we're up to 77 rebills now from new business and recurring business. So let's get in there. So I'm thinking 79 rebills tomorrow with 2 sales, 1 from each. Let's see what happens. All right, I'll see you on the session tomorrow. Bye for now.